Hello everybody. How are you doing today on this beautiful day in May? You know why they call it the month of May? Because it may be hot today and cold tomorrow. It may be rainy, it may be sunny. Anyways, it's May, and yesterday we had a rainstorm and it was cold, and today it's 90 and it's sunny. But the people for the weekend that are out on the beach are very happy today, if they are out in May. I'm sure they're out on their boats. But anyways, I just wanted to come on and do a little video and show you some things that I've been working on and some things that I have available in my shop. And I want to thank all of you for your comments on how to finish my angel journal, which I have not finished, because I'm sure, like a lot of other crafters, I get distracted, and I like to always be trying new things. And I will finish that angel journal because I do like it, and I've got lots more things to put in it. I just got distracted, and that's easy to do. I've been working on some fairy journals, stacked envelopes, and my newest is decorated cards. And these are the same graphics that I used in my stacked envelopes. So I'd really like to show you these cards before I show you anything else, because these are my pictures. They're not up for sale. The graphics are not up for sale on my Etsy store, but cards that you can decorate yourself with a box are up for my on my Etsy store. But anyways, this is just a nice little box, and let me see. This is the plain one with the cards in it. Look at that little sweetie, isn't she cute? I love that. And very easy to put together and very easy to decorate. These are bridle buttons, and these are appliques, and part of fabric with a trim on it, and then just some lace here. And what I did is I velcroed it together so it would stay. And if you wanted to keep these on your dresser or in your living room, wherever you want, they're very nice to display. And then inside there's 11 cards, I believe. I can't remember, I counted them last time, and I will count them again. But these are so much fun to decorate, and I want to show you what I did, just even with a little pin and some ruffled up scraps of fabric, a little beading trim, and I put the word hello here, and some appliques, and I tied a piece of string there. And inside, I always hate it when I see somebody work so hard on the front of a card and then inside they do nothing. So I always put things on the inside of my cards. And in this one, I put some tags and some ruffle with appliques, and you can write a little note there. But how sweet. You've got this, and then you've got that. And if you wanted to make it into a piece to put in your journal, certainly it would go well. It would fit. Here's another one. This is a hat, and I put the word family to it. And I added this frame up here, and then I put some flowers that I made out of foameranium. And then I just added a pretty flower here. This is ruffle, blue ruffle, goes around the hat brim perfectly. And you can see the picture where there's that netting. And then you open it, and it says, I cherish you, with a bird, and the blue that matches with some pink, which is out here too. So these are for sale in my Etsy shop. I only have one box. I'm selling them by the box. So they'll all come in this box, and they're for sale on my Etsy shop. This one, I love this. It says, you make every day special. Yeah, I put that there. And then I did a little die cut, the word happy, and I inked it a little bit. And I just gathered some netting tool that's got a little glitter on it for her skirt. And then you open it up, and there you can write, and you're continuing the theme of shabby, chic, grungy, whatever you want to call it. Vintage, that's what I call it. So that's the third one. And then this one was kind of cool too, I thought. It was originally a picture of a cottage, and then I superimposed this lady in there, and she is a doll. And then I also superimposed this little saying that says, "Life is a journey, and love is what makes the journey worthwhile." So then I added a little lace bow to her umbrella and some pretty little rose trim there. And then in here it says wonderful. And I added a place where you could leave a note and some trim. So that's number 4. Oh, and this one, I'm going to put something in the center of that. I keep forgetting. I look at it and go, yeah, I'll do that. And I don't do it. Okay, so up here we've got some trim, a button, a little bit of coffee dyed lace. And here I just gathered up some tulle that has this silver sparkles. And how I gathered it, I just put it on a pin and gathered it. I didn't actually gather it with needle and thread. Just put it on the pin, a rusty pin, and then I glued it on there. And I added the word blessed. I added a lot of things in there. I think the only original is this dress form. And then you open it up and it says all kind thoughts. And we've got a little applique, coffee dyed. This was an envelope and I ripped it apart because it was coffee dyed. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 5. Oh, and this one is one of my favorites. 6. Isn't she a sweetie? And look at the chip on her nose. I mean, this is a real antique doll, and she's holding her favorite little doll. So I added some nice trim here with a little satin rose. This is 3 layers of lace, believe it or not. I actually glittered up her hat a little bit. I just wanted to see what it looked like. It looks okay to me. If you don't like it, don't buy it. You know, I understand. But I thought for a baby doll, it would look nice. Even if she was in the attic, maybe somebody restored her, but not completely. And then down here I put I adore you in a lace cluster. And then wonderful. And here's a place to write. You can actually write over here too. And if you wanted to put another picture of somebody, of your favorite doll, and a date and all of that, you could do that too. Okay, this one is 6. And this one, I love these shoes. Aren't they cool? Little baby shoes and mama shoes. I put an applique, I put some string on there and then some roses. And this is gathered on a rusty pin. I believe I glued it down and gathered it with the glue, and then I put the pin in. That was easier for that. And then when you open it, it says elegant, and I just continued this look here over into here. And you could write a note here as well. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think I have 11. I know I have 10, but I think I have 11. That's why I'm counting. And up here, I love this picture. It's so cool. And a little bow up here with some old wedding gown applique. And then this says create. And it has a pretty organza rose, and I added a pin to that. And then inside it says whatever in French, and I can't pronounce it, but I put some trim here. Now these are so much fun to decorate. If you're not in the mood to do a whole journal, but you want to do something like this that's just simple and fun, you love the pictures, this is what you want to do, because you know you're going to use the card. Somebody's going to need the card. Here's another one with a hat. And I mean, I added a lot of things, and I put all the sentiments on, and flowers, and different things that I wanted to change around. I changed around the backgrounds and stuff like that, because I like to play with graphics. But anyways, this says, you make every day special. And this is actually bridal loop for the buttons. And I had some of that because I buy wedding gowns, vintage ones. And then I put just this pretty fabric flower on there. I didn't do anything around the rim. I didn't think it was necessary. Then you open it up, and I've added some tags and a place for messaging, pretty paper, some die cuts, things that, I have and I don't use very often because I'm doing the journaling. So I love that. Okay. And then this one, I just kind of grunged it up with some vintage photo ink by Tim Holtz, the Distress ink. And then I put this, I gathered up some sari silk and added this. And underneath there is some pink, filigree lace. And that rose trim, and I grunged that up, and then you open it up, and it's a little different. I have a coffee dyed rose here, and some trim, and a place to write something. And you could even use these in a journal. I just think they're so much fun. So anyways, this is another one it will be in this deck. It's the same one as this, but with a different sentiment. This one says you make every day special, and on this one I just put greetings. Okay, so, and then I added a little bit of trim. This is that eyelet lace. It's cotton, and a button, and how simple. Tie a bow with a string, and then I have this little rose from a pillowcase I had. And I've used that on a lot of stuff, and I love it. And then here is a rusty pin. And when you open that, it says thankful at the top, and then a place to write with some ruffles and some funny star paper back there that I think goes very well, you can actually see, with the front colors. So anyways, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yes, 11. Okay, and in this undecorated box will be the same amount. Will be 11. And they're undecorated, and you can purchase them at my shop on Etsy, and I will send them to you. And then you can have your own fun. You could even cut these up and make tags out of them. Now, if you do order them from me, and you will get all of them, but what you will get is a flattened box, because it's just difficult to send it already like that. It's going to cost more money because I'm going to have to put it in a box. So if I send it, all the cards, these are the exact same cards that are in that box, and I put them in here, I can put them in an envelope, and it won't cost you, it'll give you the minimum. So that's what I'm going to do. And what I just want to tell you about putting these together, I hot glued mine together, and what I do, see how that square there, I cut mine to a diagonal because it's so much easier, making a mess here, to put them in that way with it triangular. The square is just, you got to fight with it, and it destroys the shape of your box because you're playing with it. Also, these tabs, I cut them off on all 4 of these. And the reason I do that, let me show you, is when you fold up, now these are all scored, so you'll know exactly how to fold it, okay? When I put these on these are scored as well, let's see. When I put these on the inside to glue, they're in the way of this. So I just cut them off and I glue right here, and it stays fine. I do that on all 4 of them. The other thing is, if you're hot gluing them together, you're probably going to get glue on this little plastic thing. And I have. Every time I go to make a box, I get the glue on there. There was glue on this one, and this was like my 3rd one. I said, something's got to change here. I can't do this because I'm ruining too many boxes. If you would get some nail polish remover with a high amount of acetone in there, I have 100% acetone, Put some on a paper towel, clean your surface there, the plastic part, and any glue that's on there, any mark that's on there will come off. There isn't one mark on this plastic because that's what I did with this. I did with a couple others because I was messing around with them, with the hot glues, putting them together, and of course, you know, the strands that come off of the hot glue stick to the plastic and ruin your box. And it's like, no, I've only got one box. So that's what you can do. A high amount of acetate. It doesn't have to be 100%, but the more the better, I will say that. Okay, and so the other thing that is similar to those cards, because they're the same prints, is I decided I wanted to make a stacked envelope. I have not done a stacked envelope ever, and I've seen a lot of people do it, so I wanted to do it. So this is it. I tied it together with a piece of coffee dyed muslin, and I'll untie that, and it will come with this. This will be available for sale. And so here are those shoes, the baby shoes and the mama shoes, and I put applique. This is from the back. There's the back. I put some lace. I just made this plain so it would lay down, sit down, it will be flat. I put the word together on there, and which is on the card too. Put some pink applique, and this is a bridle button. This is some netting and appliques. And you open it like this, and over here is an envelope, and if you can see, I put some ruffle here and some trim. This is a half a dyed coffee doily. And I put some trim on it, then a bow, and this is another one of the cards, and it says create. And over here is more of the pink appliques, and this is a belly band, so I added some tags here. You can put them on top of the belly band or under, you know. You could put a picture here, and then this is an envelope. It opens up, and there you go. Another one of those cards, and another one of these cards. And these are tags so that you can write on the back of them. And I had fun working on these. And very simple decoration. Very simple. The card itself is vintage enough that it really doesn't need a lot of decoration. And I put a flower, fabric flower there, and I put that there. And when I put the cards in tags, not cards, they're tags, I wanted to make it so that this complemented this, and I think that it does. Okay, and over here on this, well, you have to open it, okay, because on that side there's the tags, but I did make so that I stamped this on. This is one of Anne of, I can't say her name, but anyways, Ola Cinta. We all know who she is because none of us can say her name, but we love her stuff. This is a tag from her, and I made it double-sided so that way when it was here you could see it. It wasn't just, you know, white like the others. So this is a vintage dress form mannequin. And I put these 3 tags in there, and I decorated up this tag with some beige chiffon, and I put a rusty pin and then an applique, and you can write on the fronts and the backs, and this one you can only write on the front there, but they all, that's when you know, put them together. This is a paper bag. They all fit in there nicely. And then over here is a belly band, again, with this is a belly band that I put a couple clips there, and I just stapled on some dyed lace that I did, applique type thing, and just a little sewing machine top of the tag. So you can you know, do whatever you want on here. And, oh, I want to tell you, this is wallpaper. I was at Goodwill the other day. Let's see, do I have it? And where else? Okay, it's coming up. And they had a roll of border wallpaper, and I really liked it. I hate covering it up, but I liked it, and it worked perfectly here. Okay, and then this is another card that I showed you, and I just put a little bit of a bow and some tulle netting on that. And over here, I did not do this one as a card, but it says, "Hello, friend." These are tags. And all I did was just add a little bit of netting up there with a rusty pin. And I think it's cute. And then here are some tags from Anne, her digital kit. Oh, and here is the wallpaper. Okay, you can see it much better. That's the full wallpaper border. I didn't get a lot of it, or I would share it with you, but I really didn't. And then this is half of a doily and some fabric. And then over here we have this where I put some trim, and we've got a couple of tags that come out that I stamped, and I added some trim and coffee dyed and like that, and they're on the back. So they're two-sided, so you got a lot of room to put things. You could actually put a picture on here and cover up the word vintage. You know, you don't have to write on it, journal on it. You can do anything you want. Well, now, come on. And I made these tags so it's easier to pull out. And then here we have another bag and some tags. I did not make this into a card yet, but I will be. I love these hats. They're so cool. Okay, so that way. And then this is a little cluster that I made. I've been working on clusters this week, and I will show you some more of them after I'm done with this. And I printed that out on fabric. Then here is another card, and this is a coffee filter and some music paper that I coffee dyed. And in this envelope, well, turn it this way. This is the last. These are the last pages. I made some more big tags, journaling tags, and I made them to match so that when you put them in this pocket, you can't even tell they're there. And then this is the inside bottom of it all. Here's some of the wallpaper trim, and then some coffee vintage dyed whatever paper for you to write on. So that all of that. So it goes like this: 1 envelope, 2 envelopes, 3 envelopes, 4 envelopes, 5 envelopes, and then you wrap it up with the muslin, and there you have it. So, oh, things falling down on me here. Okay, I want to just quickly show you and tell you, if you've never done a stacked envelope, how easy it really is to do. Okay, you get your envelopes. Decide on what envelopes, and they should be little different sizes, okay? And you find your biggest envelope, and you measure it. Mine was 5 by 7. So I added 1 inch. You need a backing. And this is the back of a paper pad. And I would cover that, of course, with more paper. And so I since the biggest envelope was 5 by 7, I added 1 inch to make it 8 by 6. So I have room to play with. And then you decide, okay, I'm going to put the biggest one on first, and then a different size one on here. You can stagger them up and down. They don't have to be even. And then maybe this. I also use CDs. And then another one of this. And what you're doing is you're attaching all of the flaps to the back of this piece here. You're gluing them down. But I do decorate my envelopes before I put them down there. Before I glue them down, I know I'm going to make a pocket out of it, what color, what print I'm going to put on both sides, what kind of a pocket it's going to be. I mean, there's a little more to it than just this. So then I take the last envelope, But you can have as many or as few envelopes as you want. My biggest envelope I take for last to become the cover. And then I just have some little envelopes sticking out here. So that's a very fast demonstration on that. So let me now go to the clusters that I've been working on. And I will be doing a craft with me on these because they're so much fun. And this is fabric. I printed those prints. I shrunk them up. And on the back is a coffee filter that I coffee dyed. And some lace. And you can see the eyelet lace. I actually added some beads and some flowers. And I love the rusty pins. And this is another one. You'll recognize that. Also, I put a pink bow. I probably should have put a beige one after I was looking at it. But I think why I did that is because I put some pink roses here. And you just layer. You know, you just layer it. And then here's another one with the lace and the mannequins dressed. Okay. And then we have, I did some angels for my angel journal, but I may sell these, I don't know. Another one. These, I did 3 pink and 3 aqua. So this is an aqua one. Another one. These are fun to make. I mean, you just take little pieces of lace and just layer them. And you print them out on fabric. I think the fabric looks the best on these. And it feels nice, too, you know, when you put it in your journal. I love the idea of rusty pins. This is a fairy one. And here's the pin over here. This one you can't tell, but it is a fairy one. There is the fairy right there, rusty pin, and so on. Okay, so real quickly, this is for sale on, will be for sale on my Etsy. And it's a fairy journal, but it's not real big and it's not real decorated, so you'll get it at a good price. Anyways, here's the fairy, and I gave her a little dress, and I glittered up her hair, flowers on her hair. I added some of this eyelash trim, which I thought, you know, was fairy-like. Some chiffon bows. And when you open it, this is what's inside. These are the 2 tags that are inside, and there's a pocket here and a fairy with some stars. And it's mostly blank, except for I did stencil everywhere. Okay, and here is a fairy. I found a die cut that I had of 2 fairies, so I die cut them. More stenciling. It's pretty much stenciled all the way through, but you can write around it. You can add pockets. I didn't do a lot of decorating because I would still be working on it. This is tracing paper that I stenciled on. And when you close this, you can see the fairy through the tracing paper, which I think is cool. And here is very faint stenciling and the other fairy. And then again, this fairy. And then here is a pocket. And this is a sheet that you can write on. And it has roses and mushrooms in the color of the fairy journal. And I thought that matched nice. And she's in gold and pink. More stenciling. I love that stencil on the top. Stenciling here. And this is 32-pound paper. This is not computer paper that you print out stuff on. This is much heavier, but it's not too heavy. Okay, it's just perfect, really. And then another fairy holding a star. More stenciling. Stencil. So this book is really for you. This journal is for you to really decorate and add pockets to as you want. I just did the front and the back. Here's the same fairy that's here, is back here. And then there's a pocket with a bluebird of happiness and some fairy door tags. So you can do with it as you like. It will be in my shop for purchase. And also, this is not for purchase. I also just started selling at a store in town. I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep up with it. But this is for that store. I just want to show you this is a fairy. And this is like You open it, and pockets, and a belly band here, tag here, and I just added decoration here, and then inside there's tags all the way through, and I'm actually going to be adding more because this will be for sale, and I haven't really finished it, but I thought it was pretty neat to just a little folder for some secret notes of whatever. And then this one also is going up into that store. And with the die cut, what I did was I poked a hole in her head, and next time I'm going to put a little thick piece of cardboard in her neck because she's already breaking. And I used a ball pin to hang her off of it. And this I did with the graphics. I made this set here on this heart and some applique. This is also going in that store locally. And I don't want to bust her up anymore. Okay, so let's see if I can open her without busting her. I don't think so. I'm going to take that off of there. Let me just see here. Okay. There. Okay, now we can open it. Put some lace here, just to give you ideas of what you can do. And I put a little scrappy pad here, and this fairy holding a star over the birds, making a nest. And on this side you can see the fairy and the birds, and so I put another star there. And this is tracing paper, and through the tracing paper and the pretty flower you can see another fairy, and there she is. And on this side I inked her so that you could see her through, this is vellum, through there. And then some tags, fairy tags. I ruffled up some pretty fabric. Now this is pretty cool. I like this. I saw a lady do this the other night. You make the pocket, and then you make an insert so they can just insert in there with lace. So you can write on that either way. And then you can also put your tags in there. And that's what I did. I like these tags. Go right in there. And you can't tell by looking at it that that's also a secret place to write. Okay, and here's another applique flower and a fairy door. And another fairy with the star. And then these little fairies here. And this is a tuck spot. And these are two tags that are going to go in there. And then some journaling space. And then here again, I've done the same thing with this. Another tuck spot that you can write on. And it looks like that's part of the trim. And then you also have tags. I did glitter these up because they're fairies. And, you know, ruffle there. And then some more tags, ruffle, applique, and some tags with the glitter and a pocket. Vellum, you can see her through there. You have to really look though. She's there, and then she's purple on this side. And then here's a fairy bringing some chocolate. Yes, sir. Okay. And over here, you can see the fairy through the vellum, and I added a little flip up so that you could write here if you wanted to. And then here's some tags. Okay. So that's not going to be in my shop, but this one might be. I don't know. I'm working on this. I haven't even gotten to the inside. I've just gotten to the cover. And I think I like to do covers more than I like to do anything else. I think that's it for today. I'm sure I've taken enough of your time. But anyways, I hope that you like these ideas. Some of them give you ideas and inspire you to make something like that. And if you like these cards, I hope you'll order some and have the same kind of fun that I had. Anyways, so thank you for stopping by. Thank you for all your comments. I love reading your comments, and it means a lot to me. And if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. I guess we got to say that because everybody says that. But anyways, I want to thank you for coming around and watching my videos. And have a creative week because it's going to be fun. It may be hot. It may be cold. but it's going to be fun if you're creating something. Okay, see you later.